Okay, it's time to do another house-specific list, and we're gonna do, just 3 fragrances from the house. So today we are doing my top 3, or really just 3 really solid picks from the house of Amouage that are great for the cold. And what we're gonna go over in today's video is something that's great for a daily driver, something that's a little more elegant, and then your statement maker fragrance. Now, obviously, the house of Amouage, many of these fragrances are perfect for the colder weather, but these 3 stand out and they're the ones I want to highlight. So if you're interested in learning about these, stick around and I'll unpack them for you. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Nick, also known as Scent Nick. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for your continued support. And if you are new here, I create fragrance content in the form of detailed reviews. If that's something that interests you, please consider hitting that like button, drop me a comment below, and join our community by hitting that red subscribe button. And now let's get back to this list. All right, so before we get into this, guys, if you are interested in any of these 3 fragrances at all, please look at the description down below. It does have links to each of these products, and yes, I do make a small commission if you use these links. It helps me out more than you know. This is how I continue to make money and make this a career. So, like I said, if any of these resonate with you, please consider using that link below and save some money and help your boy out in the meantime. But let's get on to these with our daily driver. Now, this fragrance I have put a huge dent in, and it's one of my most worn fragrances of all time. So if you watched that video, you know what I'm going to show you. This is Enclave. And this one, the first time I wore it, I didn't like it. But then I wore it again and again, and each time I was like, man, this thing is incredible. So this features mint. This is all about mint and amber. Now, the opening is a really interesting blend of fresh and warm spices with invigorating mint. You got peppermint and spearmint, you got pink pepper, you got cinnamon and cardamom. So all these, things that are creating this balancing act. To me, the biggest thing in the opening is a little bit of the cardamom, a little bit of the cinnamon, and the mints. Mostly the spearmint, which spearmint usually isn't something I usually care for, but in this, it really works. Now, the heart's gonna have some olibanum, which is fairly prevalent, but the star in the heart is the patchouli, and it's very warm. It's earthy, kind of minty. It's not chocolatey, but it helps continue that minty facet. There is rose here, but you can hardly smell it, to be completely honest. The vetiver is nice. It's just a little bit of this woody, earthy, grassy texture. And then the base is very full with the amber extreme, which is a synthetic molecule that smells like amber. There's also leather, which is pretty minor. It's pretty subdued by the amber. And then there's labdanum, which really continues that amber feel and that balsamic feel. The performance is huge on this. This thing has enough versatility and freshness to be worn every day. This is definitely going to be, if you're wearing it to the office, maybe 2 sprays max. But, if you're wearing it out, wear up to 5 sprays. I go fairly heavy on this one. The performance monstrous, the longevity is ridiculous. So for the daily wear, that one's Enclave. Now let's get on to the next one. This one's gonna be your more elegant option, and it's really grown on me. I actually gave this one a pretty good review. While I still like the original version better, Jubilation 40 is still a wonderful fragrance. And for the cold, it takes that Jubilation DNA that we love and makes it richer, makes it darker, and a little bit easier or more suitable for the cold weather. You get that ridiculously juicy and rich blackberry note at the top. You get labdanum, you get spices, you get some other fresh notes in here, some herbals. This thing is insanely complex. In the heart, you get some more herbal notes, you get some resin, some other spices, some florals. But really, the base is where this thing just wowza. And obviously it should be. It's an straight, it's 40%, or at least they claim it is. You get a Popinax, you get other ambers and resins, you get the oud. The oud is apparent here. It smells very real to my nose. It's elegant. It's honestly pretty easy to wear. There are woody bits, there are smoky bits. Guys, this thing is rich. It's fruity, it's balsamic, it's ambery. It's a masterpiece, really. I shouldn't say it's a masterpiece. I didn't rate it as a masterpiece, but it's very good. If you liked the original Jubilation 25 and you feel like it doesn't perform quite well enough for you, especially in the cold weather, Jubilation 40 will fix that for you. And although it's not quite the same Masterpiece as 25. This is still amazing, and I highly recommend checking this one out. And for our statement maker, this is the one that is loud, it's proud, it's not the easiest to wear all the time. This was one of my first Amouages, and I've only worn it a couple times, but the last time I wore it, I was like, wow, this thing is really freaking good. This is Interlude Black Iris. And you can actually use any of the Interlude line. You can use the original Interlude, you can use Interlude 53, but I wanted to highlight Black Iris because Black Iris has the iris note, and there's a lot of it. And when I say iris, I mean more so orris. It's earthy, buttery, and really powdery. But this entire blend opens up herbal. You get the rosemary, you get some other green notes in the top. The bergamot is fleeting. The florals in this are pretty fleeting as well. Really, this composition is all about myrrh, about olibanum, the resins, the ambers, the smoky qualities. There's oud in this as well, although less pronounced. You do get plenty of smoky woods in this. Deep down in the base, you're gonna get some leather, you're gonna get some very dry cedar, a little bit of patchouli, but as you smell it, you'll pick up on the violet, the orris, the resins, the very powdery, very Middle Eastern heady resins, and the woods. This thing is absolutely radiant. It's nuclear on your skin. You gotta wear this one with some caution because it sticks out. So with that, that is the statement maker, Interlude Black Iris. Definitely check it out because, you know, it's big, it's strong. Yeah, it's a force to be reckoned with, guys. If any of those fragrances resonated with you, please, like I said, consider hitting those links in the description below. That helps me out greatly. Drop in the comments, which one of these do you have or have you smelled that you love? And if not, which 3 Amouage would you recommend for the colder weather? Guys, drop in the comments. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.